Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the Ringside Beer Show. I am Alex. This is my co-host,
Jason.
Well, how you guys doing? How are you guys doing?
Welcome back, guys. Episode 22. 22 for my compas. Ya tu sabe?
Yeah, tú sabes.
22, bro. Rolling like we some rims.
Yeah, dude. Trying to be consistent. That's what we're trying to do every week.
I'm just trying to come up with some sort of puns here. After 22 episodes, you start to run out.
Yeah,
but I promise I'm going to keep finding more.
We're going to find them, bro.
And what else we're going to keep doing? We're going to keep informing you guys about the giveaway.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Let's go. We have a Conor McGregor giveaway that I painted, original 8x10. And the way to enter, you subscribe to the Ringside Beer Show on YouTube and turn on notifications. Comment Notorious in any of the in the comment section of any one of our videos, YouTube videos. And the winner will be announced January 26, 2021. Promotional giveaway only ships in the United States.
Yeah, my buddy who plays for the Korean baseball organization even reached out and was like, damn, I'm going to be in Korea. And I'm like, we got a way around that, my boy. I'm going to send it to your family, and they could send it to you. That's if you win. So, with that being said,
give the little loopholes.
There's loopholes around it, guys. There's a way for you to get it in Korea, in Mexico, in Canada, and wherever you'd like. I don't know so much about China or Russia. I don't know if they accept mail over there from us, but we'll try to we'll try to find a way around. We just want you guys to win this beautiful one-of-a-kind painting.
Yeah, to all the people that have already participated, we thank you, and we're just excited. We want to get as many people as possible, so keep on entering, guys.
I know you guys don't want to tell everybody because you want your chances to be, better for yourself, but in all honesty, we're going to keep these paintings coming, so.
Yeah. Well, shoot. Before we even go to current events, we got our old buddy Martin in the building. He's back. He's back.
Like he never left.
Like he never left, brother. How you been? He says good. That's
Chilling.
it. Chilling like a villain.
He's got a smile from ear to ear.
I know. We're gonna
he's glad to be back, guys.
We're gonna have to get like a photo and like put it like right here. Boom. There he is, Martin.
Oh yeah, we should. We'll see if I can get that done in the post editing.
Yes, we will. All right. So first current event, we have Vander Holyfield on Mike Tyson. He says, my team is talking to Mike Tyson's management, so I'm waiting for a decision. They are communicating right now. The thing is, I'm still training for this. I know someday this deal will happen, and I'm ready for him.
Okay, let's get into that a little bit.
All right.
This would be the third time they fought, right?
Yes.
So let's be frank with each other. Let's just not, sugarcoat it. Both these guys are nowhere near in their prime, okay? The last fight Mike Tyson had, he looked pretty good. I don't know if Evander Holyfield necessarily has the motor skills to compete in a extremely competitive match against Mike Tyson at this time.
What? Hold up. Hold. Time out.
Just
hit the brakes. Emergency brake right there. Let's go skirt. Holyfield won both fights against Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's lost. I think because there's so much.
When I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Some days I sit and wish I was a kid again.
So Tyson lost twice, Evander Holyfield, and one of them was, I think, he bit his ear off, and it was a disqualification.
Chunk.
Well, I mean, Mike Tyson just came back. His fight with Roy Jones Jr. did pretty well, I guess, for an old guy's legendary type of fight.
Yeah.
And Holyfield versus Tyson, those are two big names in that genre that could pull big money.
Well, once again, if I'm just allowed to be frank, which I think that's just my position here on this show.
Yeah.
I really don't see very many people being able to participate in the Legends League, right? Vander Holyfield's absolutely one of them. But with that being said, let's just talk about my boy's, his lingering issues from the amount of punches he's taken to the head. I just don't think it's necessary, and it's in his best interest to fight Mike Tyson right now. Mike Tyson looked too damn good to go out there and try to be competitive against him. I don't like it.
I mean, I don't know, man, because Vander Holyfield, I don't even think he's lost a step, right? No,
I guess we'll have to see. Maybe these are just assumptions on my side, but I mean, over the over the amount of like the last couple months where you hear, well, he'll throw in his 2 cents and he wants to participate in the shenanigans. I honestly, I just don't see a healthy Evander Holyfield, and I don't think that he should be going in there and taking shots to the dome.
Well, I mean that's of course your opinion, but it's like, I mean, shoot, I would like to see it. When I heard the news, I was like, oh, what? They're talking. Both managements are talking. I'm excited for it. You know that these Legends League, or I'm just making that name up, but these old timers that come together, I feel like these are going to be once every 2 years, maybe once every year, you know?
Yeah. I think just my outlook and your outlook's just a little bit different. I expect a lot less out of these guys, and I think you expect a lot more out of them, and maybe we'll meet somewhere in the middle. And
I'm not saying like they're fighting for like a title, but I don't think they're nowhere near that level of competition. I think this is more like, hey guys, let's all get the Tyson fight and just hang out type of deal. Like it's an event, you know, kind of like the Mayweather Conor McGregor. We all knew it was an event.
True, but I mean,
there was a sprinkle of like, oh, see who wins. But this one is like, okay, well, we know what we're getting.
Right.
It's not like we don't know.
We will acknowledge though that the Roy Jones Jr. Mike Tyson fight was competitive.
Semi, yeah.
I mean, for a month, these guys are old, bro.
Yeah.
For the amount of, The
reason why I'm more excited to see this one is because Evander Holyfield already has 2 wins over Mike Tyson. When, Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson, they've never fought before. And Mike Tyson was always like the bigger guy. It was
the what if, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, shoot. Once again, there's not too many options for this Legends Only League. I think that's what they called it. Mike Tyson's getting this boxing league going. So there's not too many options. I really don't see them not getting it done, right? They're going to get this fight done. Just personally, in my view, I really don't want to see Evander Holyfield fight. I feel like he's in the later part of his years where, you suffer those consequences of all these punches. Some people can't talk with clarity.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do it without being punched, let alone, the amount of damage that these guys have done, So, in all honesty, I just don't expect a whole lot out of Evander Holyfield.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If it happens, it happens. But I'm saying I hope it happens. So
no. I mean, I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
What do we got next? We have we got some Haney versus Lopez news.
Man.
And Davis versus Garcia.
Yeah, let's see this.
So Devin Haney says, if Ryan's not the guy, then I want to go towards Teofimo Lopez.
Teofimo Lopez. I mean, that's not a bad call.
Now Haney has already boxed Garcia, and I believe in his amateur debut, or like back in when he was an amateur.
Okay,
when they were both amateurs.
When they were
both on the come up, and Haney has a win over Garcia, and Garcia just won versus Campbell.
I wouldn't be mad if the Garcia versus Haney fight happened before Garcia versus my boy Davis, Gervonta
Davis, yeah.
Because at this point, Tank, once again, if you refer back to the previous episodes, which I hope you guys do, and our real ones do, this is something that might be just a little too much for Ryan Garcia at this time. So in all honesty, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Devin Haney, get the redemption back, take that momentum, take that win, take that everything into that Gervonta Tank Davis fight, and from there, just show the world what you got.
Yeah. To add to that, we have Damien Haney saying, I'm the pretty boy Floyd reincarnated. Do the research, look at the similarities in style and career.
Not a bad comparison.
That's not, which is fairly accurate, I would say.
I would say it's pretty accurate as well. Yeah. But the thing about Pretty Boy Floyd was he was willing to take a little more damage. He was willing to get in there into the pocket a little more. He was the riskier one, the one that broke his hands, So
and plus he was way younger at that time, so exactly. he could do those things.
He didn't have the shmoney like he says he has.
Yeah, well, not before.
But that's here or there. That's we're not going to go into that skepticism.
Yeah, you touched on this a little bit, but Davis versus Garcia, and Davis says.
It looks like here he said, I'd rather handle shit with violence instead of speaking.
Yeah.
And I would like for you to see that. I would like to see that. So I'd like for you to do that.
Oh, man. And then Garcia replied, 2 rounds. That's all he says he needs. 2 rounds, man.
Yo, that's a bold move.
Super bold. I'm like,
6 minutes? That's all you need against Tank?
I'm like, dude, you got dropped in the last fight. You are ordering a buffet that you ain't gonna be able to eat the entree.
Yeah, and you can't take home from a buffet.
Yeah.
My boy. I'm just letting you know this now, bro. So you might want to starve yourself for a couple days. Make sure you come to that fight with an empty stomach.
Oh my God! Here, you want to take over this one?
Yes, I sure do. So Ryan Garcia here says on Gervonta Tank Davis, I'm on a mission to knock out Gervonta Tank Davis in 2 rounds. 2 rounds, Gervonta. If you do not take this next fight with me, you will not be remembered. Your legacy will forever be tainted. The money's there, everything's there. No excuses. Ooh. And it looks like here Davis responded with, when have I ever been a bitch? You know who you talk to 10 minutes before your ring walk. The fight has already been made. Now shut up and get ready.
Ooh! Oh my God! Oh, I'm gonna goosebumps, man.
Yo. Okay,
when they officially announce his fight, I'm gonna be.
Let's
super
break
excited.
this down a little bit. I mean, Tank is being 100% clear cut, bruh. You already know this fight was gonna happen 10 minutes before you took this other fight. You win this fight, the Davis fight is gonna be, if not next, right after that.
Yep.
So he already knew that this was going to happen, and you can see Ryan Garcia's just eating up every opportunity to get under his skin, to get him motivated, to make sure that he takes that fight, and to get the fans hyped. And honestly, once again, we would love to see that fight. Just a little more than what we want to see this second. Take another fight. Take that Haney fight. Get that one done. Get your redemption back, and then go in there with the most confidence that you ever had in your life.
See, I like how both fighters already verbally agreed to the fight, technically, right?
Right.
And I feel like with boxing, sometimes you don't get that because there's promotions in the background. If both fighters want it right now, like you mentioned, like, oh, go take another fight. I feel like don't play with fire. You might lose. Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, that was supposed to happen, and then Reese went in there with some tacos and messed up everything. You know what I'm saying?
Get a little, my boy. You need a little foreplay in your life. That's all I'm saying, dude. You want to go straight for the salami. You gotta, let's just. I know, like you. Everybody's concerned about losing that big money fight, right? And you don't want Garcia to lose the hype and the momentum. I think this fight, he's more motivated to get that win back. To me, that would be more motivational. Look, you're at a different time in your life. You took a loss to somebody who now is at the same spot that you're at. You guys are facing each other. So now you have to redeem that. You have to get that back. Or
you're talking about Ryan Garcia versus Haney?
Correct.
Okay.
That, I feel like he would be more motivated for that fight. And then go into that fight once he wins that fight. Go into a fight with Tank with so much confidence that you've never had that before, because you just beat somebody that beat you before, and you're at a way different point in your career now, and you're fighting one of the best fighters in the game at that weight. Yeah, bro. I mean, play with fire a little bit. If you're afraid to get burned, bro, you shouldn't be in the ring. That's all I'm saying, bro. If you're not going in there thinking you could beat out all these guys.
Well, the big money fight is against Davis, and if, let's say, because we all know he's probably biting more than what he can chew. If he loses that fight, he can still go back to Haney and try to right that wrong, Because we were seeing this fight as far as, like, we're seeing Gervonta Davis, like, yeah, dude, he's a tank. He has the power. He's going to put you to sleep. We all get that same vibe. All fight fans have a feeling like, dude, Gervonta Davis is going to probably knock out Garcia. Yeah. And it's more about, like, hey, can Garcia survive? Or, not survive, but, like, can he last the 12 rounds? Could he win? Is he competitive against a heavy hander? Because if he does pretty well and loses, well, Haney's still there.
Yeah, no, I understand the approach. I see the outlook. I totally respect it. I think my biggest thing is, like, I'm just developing a little more patience in my life, right? And so I'm willing to salivate at things a little more than necessarily just go right in for it. Because then once it's over, that's it. That's all you get. That's all you get. So to me, it's like, it's about the journey. It's not always about the outcome. Yeah. And once again, you got to enjoy the process before you just get the end result. Because
I agree.
What if that end result ain't quite what you expected? Then
I just feel
all
like
of that,
if they went the route you're saying with Haney and Garcia first, if Haney were to win again, I think that missed the little curiosity of the beef between Davis and Garcia kind of gets simmered down.
It does,
and these two have a bigger name.
It does
with the money,
Yeah, it does.
So.
But I mean, this is, I don't know, man. I just feel like, in all honesty, if you're not operating with, one, that confidence that you can beat anybody in that ring, and then two, with, the people around you to have that belief, like, no, he's absolutely better than this guy. That's my thing, is like, they should be approaching it in that manner, like, yeah, Haney, not that we're looking past you, but like, we're looking past you. So like, in all honesty, take that fight, get it done, get that redemption. It's just a whole nother notch in the belt, instead of just kind of avoiding it and going straight for the money fight. To me, I don't know, man. Salivate a little bit.
So I would like to add, with Haney, if he were to go fight Lopez and get all the belts, because I think whoever wins between that fight, if they do make it happen,
unify,
they will be the undisputed champ in that weight division.
Correct.
And that will continue on. So
that is an option as well. That's an option as well. I mean, it just...
you never know, because you can still make that fight afterwards. If Haney wins and he can, let's say he starts talking smack to Ryan Garcia, I'm like, yo, I'm undisputed, I already whooped that one time. You can build another big fight with Ryan Garcia versus Haney.
Yeah. My thing is like, okay, maybe have Garcia fight Haney, and then after that fight, let's say Garcia wins, Haney loses, have him go fight Teofimo Lopez. Then if he wins the belt, then he's like, hey, look, bruh, I got all these belts. Come take them off me,
Yeah, could be, man.
There's so many ways to approach it.
There's so many ways, man.
So many ways, yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see whichever way it goes. So
yeah, absolutely. Me too. Well, that's enough of the boxing. Let's talk about some real fights.
Well, there we go. Oh!
I'm just saying, let's talk about some real fights, all right? Let's talk about the whole arsenal of weapons.
See, what do we got here? We got the Sweet Signs behind me. So we have the Sweet Signs and Pick Boxing. These are just some new artwork that I picked up from the UFC store.
You know what? I want to apologize for going straight into it.
It's all right.
I want to talk about a little foreplay. That's what we should have done at the beginning of the show.
But, bro, you just went right for it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
You just went right into it.
I'm a little excited.
Episode 22.
I was taking the Alex approach. Went straight in, straight for it. But let's take a moment here to reflect on these amazing posters that we got up here.
Yeah, these are painted or drawn by Gian Galang, and he's the one who does some UFC custom T-shirts with Reebok as well.
Yeah, so once again, guys, 100% official UFC stuff. This isn't like a knockoff. This is straight from the UFC.
Yeah. And these
straight
are
authentic.
Super affordable. These were not expensive. I think each poster was like $15.
Yeah.
The cheapest posters you can get on the UFCstore.com.
I mean, but if you guys go out and get them, we already know where you got it from. That's all we saying.
Don't be copying me.
You know what I'm saying? We already know, bro. We already know. We had it here first.
It's all good. All right, let's go into some MMA current events. We have Dana White on Leon Edwards versus Khamzat Chimaev.
You did a good job, bro. So it looks like here Dana White says that's the fight to make. I love that fight. They both already agreed to it, so we'll get it figured out. We'll turn that around as quick as we can. We just want to make sure both guys are healthy. Both guys had COVID.
Yeah. And, I'm just glad that we finally got an update. Because remember, what was it, 2 episodes? But last episode and the episode previous to that, it was like, dude, we both feel bad for each fighter.
Yes.
They can't get a fight.
Yep.
So
And the way it broke down, too, one fighter got it. The other fighter got it. We didn't know which fighter had it. They both ended up having it. And even Chimaev to this day is still suffering lingering issues when it comes down to his breathing and such.
Yep.
At least that's what was reported. So it's pretty interesting to me that, these guys are willing to make this fight happen. They just want to go into it 100% full healthy. And I respect that. We can wait.
And Leon Edwards is back to normal, right? We're just waiting on Khamzat?
Correct. At least that's what I last read, is that we're essentially the ball's in Khamzat's court.
Yeah. All right. Well, shoot. Well, I hope they both get healthy enough, and then we can see that awesome fight.
Yeah, I hope so too. So it looks like Dana White here spoke a little bit on the potential location and opponent for Zhang Weili's next fight. Ooh. So he says, obviously, the fight that everybody wants to see is Zhang Weili and Rose Namajunas. Hopefully we can get that done. If not, the next one in line will probably be Carla Esparza. We're looking at doing that fight this year and in Asia. Boom.
Now,
Carla
Rose,
Esparza?
Obviously, we all been talking about Rose Namajunas. That would be the fight to make,
That is the fight to make.
That is the fight. That's a striker's paradise, know?
And you got to stay true to the division and to kind of to the rankings and just kind of how everything shaked out. Rose beat
Brazilian girl,
Joanna. She also beat Jessica Andrade.
Yes, she did.
And, these are former champions. So Rose absolutely deserves 100% deserves the next shot. And it's really unfortunate that it takes so much for her to fight. It really does. It's very disappointing.
Who, Rose?
Yes. It's
what do you mean?
It's like climate has to be okay. The scenarios have to be okay. There's like so many factors that go into her leading up to a fight. And it seems that from what I've seen, every time up until a fight, she has a really difficult time stepping foot in there. It's almost like she doesn't want to do it. She has to go against everything she's feeling. And the anxiety and all of that stuff that she deals with, it's very difficult for her. And so I get really disappointed because when we do see her fight, it's like once a year, and it's an amazing fight, but then it's like she disappears off into the sunset, and you only hear from her every now and then. That's the only thing I'm disappointed about. It really sucks that, she is not as active as you would like to see from somebody of her caliber. It's very...
Yeah, she has the skills.
It's very spread out.
Yeah. Why did she take a break? Because before it was... I mean, wasn't she having problems with...
She was having issues from the Conor McGregor bus.
The bus,
incident.
right?
Bus
Well, that was like... I think the dolly just was... that was a window that hit her, right?
Correct.
Or right
it was
behind
fairly close. And
Yeah.
then the next incident, I believe she lost like a couple different family members to COVID.
Oh.
So that was, a frightening thing for her. And, even in this day and age where we have a vaccine that nobody knows if it works and what it really does, that's a whole other discussion. Like, if, that's a whole other discussion. But in a day and age where we have a vaccine that is not guaranteed to work, she's entitled to have her feelings about fighting in the octagon. My perception is just that it really is disappointing that somebody of her caliber only fights once a year or once every 2 years.
Yeah, I could see that.
Just disappointing, that's all.
Yeah, because, I mean,
just takes
I'm a
whole
fan,
lot.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a
I wanna
fan,
see her,
too.
yeah.
I like Pat, dude, solid guy. You know what I mean? That's her rock, bro. Keeps her sane and, keeps her in the game and involved. But my thing is, like, you could see how much it takes for her to even get there to the fight, And now it's in these big fights where she's going to win the belt. If she wins the belt, how often is she going to fight? Are they going to strip her? Is it necessarily going to always be the perfect climate for her? How long does she plan on doing this? These are all these questions when I hear Rose Namajunas. That's what comes to my mind.
I mean, I'm just excited that if they make the fight, this is another thing. I don't understand why Carlos Esparza's name was thrown in there. Is she ranked number 2 or 3 right now?
I'm not too sure. This is where we got Martin.
There we go. Thanks, Martin.
Martin.
Shout out to the homie Martin.
So while he's checking on that, I'm pretty sure it would be somewhere around the top, right? Tatiana Suarez is not active.
No, but she's...
fight.
Did you see her interview that she might be coming back during the summer?
She's just making sure that her neck's straight. I mean, I follow her on Instagram.
Yeah.
I know you do too.
Yes, I do.
But and she's actually engaged in what we got going on, which is cool, man. She actually, is engaged. But with that being said, I would love to see her toss into that type of match instead of Carlos Esparza. But obviously, if she's healthy, not just throw her in the mix because it's the time.
She's ranked 4. Carlos Esparza is
ranked 4th. Okay, so
Thank
who's
you,
ranked? Who's ranked 3rd? Andrade. One more time.
Yang
Jianan. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
No.
Show him a picture. He's gonna know exactly what you're talking about. Yep. So so if Carlos Esparza is ranked 4, it's not not the most.
Okay, I've seen it before. Yeah,
so wouldn't it be sick if it was her versus the champion? China versus China. Man, dude.
Oh, that would be a big fight over there.
Battle for the championship.
Yeah.
The UFC has that in the back of their mind. They're like, yeah, we wouldn't mind her taking over too. Big for the market over there. But with that being said, Carlos Esparza is just the other option because Joanna's not going to run it back. I mean, straight up hematoma of a lifetime.
That's the biggest hematoma I've ever seen.
I ain't never seen a cartoon.
Her whole forehead.
Yeah, and she kept going, bro.
It's like, bro.
It made you just want to take a needle just to pop to see how much you can squeeze out of that thing. Super sketchy. She ain't running that back, And the other girl from China, she's not necessarily earned a chance, even though she's ranked 3rd.
Yeah.
She's not earned that chance yet. I mean, these other people that are in line. So interesting time in that division.
Now, has Zhang defended her belt?
She defended the belt against Joanna.
Oh,
She
yes.
already had the belt. She beat I cannot recall.
Why?
That wasn't her.
Andrade, what? Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Andrade.
It was
Yeah,
Andrade.
she took the belt from Andrade,
Yes.
and
There
then she
we go.
defended it against Joanna, and that was the first test. Like, hey, are you the real champion? And hell yeah, bruh, she's the real champion, bruh. She's the real champion, and she still hasn't fought since then.
Now, see, Zhang was not able to knock out Joanna.
Yeah,
Roseanne. Oh, not Roseanne. Freaking
Rose.
Roseanne. Why am I thinking TV show Roseanne?
Yeah, a little
Rose.
before my time, even though I know what you're talking about. I was more like a Home Improvement kind of guy.
Anyways, I had a few gray hairs. Woke up today, and I'm like, dude, these things are long. They just turn gray when they hit a certain length. I was like, what
Mine weren't naturally red. They'd be a couple grays as well, brother. I'm right behind you.
What was he talking about? Oh, yeah. Zhang was not able to knock out Joanna. Rose was able to knock out Joanna the first time and rock her in the second fight as well and be pretty dominant.
Yes, I think
You have to make Rose.
I think Joanna was just at a different time right there where she kind of lost respect for all the fighters, right? And I think it was just that sense of entitlement. Like, she defended the belt, and she was really doing a whole lot of work that she kind of just got, like, complacent. I think that I saw an interview where she talked about that. Like, she just kind of, like, expected to win and didn't really take, Rose as seriously as she should, and that's probably why she got knocked out. And then on the second one, got rocked again, because once you have that over somebody...
Oh, yeah.
It's more valuable than currency, my boy. Like, there's no way you could pay somebody money that's already knocked you out. You know what I mean? Like, they already got that one up on you. So it's an interesting scenario. But with all of that tying back in, the fight to make is Rose versus Zhang Weili. There's no other fight to make. You make any other fight, we're not going to be content with it.
Yeah, you got to. I agree. I can't wait till they announce that fight.
Hold off until you make that fight.
Hold off, man.
Yeah.
Hold off.
Yeah.
What do we have next? We have some Dana on McGregor Khabib updates.
Yes.
So here we go.
Dana White here on his expected meeting with Khabib Nurmagomedov in Abu Dhabi. Quotations. I'm obviously meeting with Khabib because I believe that he should fight again. I mean, look at what he did to Justin Gaethje. Look at what he's done to every opponent he's faced. I think he should fight again, and I'm going to press him as hard as I can for one more.
Now, Khabib is not about the money, really. Or is he?
No.
He's not, right?
No, not at all. He's about morals, legacy, promises. He's a man of his word. He's a man of his people.
Yeah, Dana was in an interview saying that he, his father said, he wanted 30. To get him 30-0. And I think that's the only thing he has to offer him other than like a truckload of money, but Khabib's not about the money.
Let's keep it real here. So, Dana White is a salesman. You don't think he's come into that meeting using every angle he can to tell Khabib, you got one more in you. Your dad, this. Like, yeah, we told your mom one thing, but, we told your father another thing. And, like, let's just finish the mission and let's end it with Conor McGregor. Let's make the most money. You can kill this guy if you want. I don't give a damn. Dana White's going to go in there and lay it all out on the table because he wants Khabib to do one more fight.
Well, not only that, that is the biggest fight to make with all the new people because of this year. UFC was the only sport running. You had so many people watching the UFC. You have the biggest fight again. What are you going to give Khabib? If anything, if Khabib's management is listening, I would just say, hey, I need ownership of the UFC. You want me back?
Good luck. Ali is not about to. No. There's no way they're about to give Ali or Khabib or anybody any.
No, Khabib. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if you recall, but Khabib actually is opening up his own little. He purchased a fighting organization over there called Eagle Fight Club, and that's what they renamed it. And his intent is to make it like a breeding ground for the UFC from guys from Kazakhstan. So you can see that is a potential for a possibility, right? You want me to come back? All right, you make this like a mini league for the UFC. You have the institute in China, right? You guys are breeding fighters over there. How about in Kazakhstan, where you got the best fighter of all time, according to some, Khabib. I beg to differ. Look at the resume. I mean, the guys that he's fought is nowhere near like Even the guys
with
like
John Jones?
Sergio Pettis has fought more difficult guys. John Jones has fought more difficult guys. There's so many cats out there that have just a way better. Daniel Cormier have a way better resume. Stipe Miocic have a way better resume that prove that they're should be ranked higher of all time when it comes to Khabib. But at this moment, he's the hottest
GSP
ticket,
too, yeah.
right? For sure, bro. Even BJ Penn, bro.
Oh, no, hold up. I'm going to have to.
Multiple division
hold
champion.
On. Getting a little crazy. I'm going to pull the emergency brake.
Champion. Khabib's never done that. Yeah, he's undefeated, but like, there's more significance when you go win two belts in two different divisions. Bro.
What was the most wins BJ Penn ever won? Was like 6 or 7 straight?
Bro,
because
he
went
on
13.
Heater,
he went on a losing streak. I think he went like 13-0 in fights.
Yeah, but he bounced back too. No, and he won like 7 straight. I don't know.
No, that was super early in his career. Yes. I think it was like 6 or maybe 7.
I ain't talking about the later part of his career.
No, his later part has been like I think 13 straight fights lost or something like that.
The people need to hear me just a little more.
Oh, just a little more. Okay.
I'm just giving the people what they want, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, at the end of the day, there's just guys with better resumes. So with all of that being said, he's still the hottest ticket in the planet right now. And there's only one person that people want to see him.
I could see him come back. I could see him come back if he made a deal like that. Hey, with all the money, pay me my money, but I also want this building bill over here. I need this and that.
Advertisement. I want what Conor has. Proper 12, no. Eagle Fight Club, yes.
Something like that. I could totally see that. Something with like his legacy can carry on forever. Like the father's legacy.
Yep.
Boom. Dana, if you're watching this is free information, man. Just subscribe to the Ringside Beer show, right?
This is free game, player. You know what I'm saying? You can find it on YouTube. This is free game.
Free game. All right. What do we have here? Continuing.
So it looks like Dana White here speaks on Conor being the right opponent for the potential Khabib return. So no matter what you think of Conor personally, Conor McGregor is not only one of the best in the world, but one of the best to ever do it. And right now, he's as focused as he's ever been. I don't know if this is going to be the same Conor after the Poirier fight, but if this Conor sticks around for next year, how do you not do Khabib versus Conor again?
Yeah.
This is how. Khabib says no. That is how.
Yeah.
Dana is like selling...
You got to sell
as much as he can, because if that fight happens, he knows it's going to be the biggest one. But if it doesn't happen, he's literally dying on that ship.
I'm pretty sure his team is probably thinking about what we were just talking about. Hey, this guy's not about the money. We have to pay him his money, what his worth.
I think the fact that he's even taken a meeting with Dana is like, look, you have one shot to sell me this. I have one idea of what I would like. I have one option of what I'll settle for. You can try to sell it to me one time because I like you. If I like the idea, I'll do it. If not, but I'm pretty sure 10 out of 10 times, Khabib's beaten Conor. The styles just don't match, bro. Styles just don't match.
Yeah.
And for people to be fooled by this, fascinating.
Now, Conor, he is moving up in weight. Do you saw how big he is now?
Yeah, man, he looks good. He looks good at 170. He's
looks
walking around at like
bigger.
185. He looks good, dude. He looks solid. But, he's going to have to cut, and that does something to somebody.
I feel like he's prepping his body to be way bigger than Khabib when Khabib fought him first, because Conor was actually defending.
Yeah, he stopped some takedowns.
He stopped some takedowns, which a lot of Khabib's opponents couldn't do. So
no, but he also got dropped with the right hand.
Yes, he did.
By somebody who's not known for striking. So we can give and we can take.
Oh, no, I agree. Yeah.
The biggest thing to take a step back and look, and we all love Conor, right? Like, we love what Conor's done and everything and who he is. But if we take a step back and we look at Conor, if you just look, people have to sell him. Oh, he can beat Khabib. Just give him another chance. He can do it.
Yeah.
Oh, he did this so well and he did this so well. But once again, like I said earlier, we're talking about real fights, bro. We're talking about overall. In a bar and you're fighting with somebody, you could smash him with a beer bottle, but if that fool ain't knocked out, he may take you down. He might get a double leg on you, take you down. Next thing you know, you're choked out and you can't breathe. You know what I'm saying? There's guys out there that just know how to overall fight. And, whether it's the stand-up, it's the takedown, it's a full fight, brother. So we've already seen them fight. I think 9 out of 10 times, 10 out of 10 times Khabib's going to win that fight. So to me, the hype is not so much there. I'm not really sold on Dana White, selling his soul for this fight to happen. Because, once again, my opinions on Khabib are just a little different. His resume is just not as stacked as my dog John Jones. So when we're talking about GOATs, I don't even want to hear it. But when he fights Conor, I mean, it's a fight we all would want to see and we'd like to see.
Oh, yeah.
But 10 out of 10 times. Khabib's just the style, man. Just the style.
Way better, yeah.
And the strength, bro.
Well, I mean, I think that's why Conor's moving up in weight pretty much.
He can do whatever he wants to do, boy. Whatever's going to help him sleep at night.
If anything, at the end of Dana White's meeting, I would be like, hey, plus you get to beat his ass one more time, bro. Seriously.
That's the cherry on top. Hey, I forgot to mention one more
I know you don't like him.
benefit.
You get to whoop his ass one more time if you want to.
Beat this guy as
on your
much
way
as
out.
you can. And, and I'm pretty sure he's not really worried about if the referee tells him to stop because, it's the last fight. What you going to do, take his license away? I doubt it. He'll just go over there to Russia and they'll make a fake one.
Yeah.
I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast earlier where they're talking about the anti-doping for Russia and how they, got in trouble for the Olympics and such.
Yeah.
Are you familiar?
No, what did he say?
You should get familiar, brother. So there's 2 episodes. Watch the episode with Jordan Burroughs, the wrestler, and then watch the next one with Fogel. The gentleman that did a documentary on the whole Russian doping scandal, and it's pretty interesting. But with that being said, those Russian cats over there, man, it is interesting, bro. To learn about what's going on or to hear about what's going on, it's fascinating that, there's just more to the game than people know about. And if you don't know, go look at it and then refer back to this episode, and you guys will understand exactly what I'm talking about.
I got to check it out, man.
I'm not saying Khabib's juicing or anything, but I'm saying he has the power of the entire country behind him.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. USADA and everybody over there, huh?
Yep. Oh, they got WADA, USADA.
Everybody.
Lambs. Damn. Hey.
Got potatoes, tomatoes.
Throwing it back.
The name of Thanksgiving, bro.
You name it.
Well, Dana White, to add to that, he says if Khabib does retire, then whoever the highest ranked guy is at that time will end up facing Conor if Conor beats Poirier and would end up fighting for that title, I'm sure.
Okay, well, you could take out Tony from that conversation.
No. But this is
Tony lost to that guy, he'd lose to that guy. He'd lose to that guy, and he'd for sure lose to that guy.
I mean, dude, Poirier has gotten a lot better. I feel like they're writing on Poirier like he's not going to win this fight at all.
Yeah, man. That was one thing I spoke with Anna about earlier, my fiance, is that they're underestimating Poirier. Like,
because of the first fight.
Extremely.
Yeah.
And this is a whole different cat. Plus, I just like what he's about, man. And like when you take that into a fight against somebody who's already got it all, man, who's done it all. Like Conor, there's nothing you could do that's gonna be, like this guy, he's just got more on the line. He just wants it more,
Who, Dustin?
Yes.
Nah, I would say Conor probably wants it more because he has his product line.
Paycheck's the same whether you win or lose.
His tequila. I mean, but the thing is, you get that aura of like, hey, Conor's the best. I'm drinking the best whiskey, that type of thing during the fight night. Granted, you can still get it, but I feel like Conor wants to win this fight because he can set up a super fight with Khabib afterwards if he wins.
But let's acknowledge this here. Did he lose to Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah, in a boxing match,
he
though.
Did, but
we all kind of knew.
But did he lose to Khabib? The hype?
Yeah.
It is still there.
Yeah.
So no matter what this guy does, bro, no matter what, the potential of him being the money fight, the red panty night, it's there, bro. It's just there. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just a whole other angle that honestly I don't see why people are not giving Dustin that chance. Like, I want to see the odds right now. Martin, can you look up the odds, bro? I really want to see what the odds are, because if it is heavily in Conor's fight, bro, I'm putting $20 down right now.
On your phone, you can go to oddshark.com.
This boy, that's how you know you be gambling, boy. If you have a problem, it's called 1-800-GAMBLER for anybody who does.
There you go, man. But to add to this, we have someone asked Dana White on a Q&A. He says, question, will the winner of Poirier versus McGregor be the #1 contender for the lightweight title? And Dana White replies, however, whoever wins that fight is probably next in line. So,
well, I
think they're banking on Conor to win this.
I read that there's actually a little twist coming.
Why?
I read that this is actually for the lightweight belt, and they're going to announce it that day.
Well, no, because I thought the whole point with the meeting with Khabib is because of this.
I think there's already something going on that we don't know about because
I
I
haven't
saw
heard
a
this.
picture. I read, Facebook. So you got to take your sources.
Take it with a grain of salt.
With a grain of salt here,
Yeah.
might not be true. Wish I could fact check it, but what I read was that people that pre-ordered the UFC fight, the pay-per-view, that bought it through their phone, it said verbiage that it was for the lightweight title. Now, I don't know if that's preset verbiage in a text that they had preset before any of this, or if it's just some hidden underlying tones that we may not know about. But I have a feeling this is for the belt because Khabib's not coming back.
Oh, you think he's not coming back?
Do you want to put some money on it right now?
No, I trust you, man. I didn't even see that. I have a feeling.
I'm just saying, bro, because I've been wrong once or twice on this show.
No, I have a feeling, man. It's probably
because
if they can't make that deal, then they will announce the winner that has that belt. So
yes, and
I think that's what's probably happening. It's just hey, we're a safety net. We're
exactly.
And
Dana and Khabib's already said, look, I've already beat both these guys. I've choked them both out.
Yeah.
So
well, the odds are for Poirier versus McGregor. Dustin Poirier is a plus 220, and Conor McGregor is a minus 280. So Conor McGregor is a slight favorite. Not like mega heavy, like it's not like a minus 300.
A little more than slight, but yeah, I mean, so not as bad as what I thought. But if you look at social media, I'm sure that day it's going to change. I'm sure he's going to be a pretty hefty underdog.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I think the more we go into the fight, the more Conor makes himself relevant, the more he's, because that's what he does. He does it best, right? He's going to market himself. The more he markets himself, the more people are going to just jump on that hype, that train, that momentum, and then they're going to bet on Conor, and then it's just going to be a sliding. I honestly see that, and then when I become rich off this bet.
Now, if I'm gonna bet, I would. If you can do live betting, I would wait probably till after the third round to bet on Dustin Poirier, just because he gets better as the rounds go on, and Conor kind of, we all seen it in the fights. He gets tired after the second or third round. So.
Yeah, no, I am concerned about the first round. Conor is an amazing counter striker.
Now,
amazing.
If Dustin Poirier can stay on the outside, pick him apart, wait, kind of tire him out or tire Conor out, I think Dustin could pull off the upset.
Yeah, he's got to chop at the legs. I would say similar to the same approach he had with Max Holloway. I would say that's something that you got to go into that fight with.
That mentality.
Yeah, you want to break this man. You already know going into the fight with Max Holloway, the kind of guy he is, right? I feel like that is something that you have to go into there with that mindset.
Yeah.
That approach.
All right, let's keep rolling. We have some UFC to have limited fans attendance for the January Fight Island events.
A limited number of fans will be in attendance for the UFC's first 3 live events in 2021, marking the first time UFC events will be open to any spectators since 248 on March 7th in Las Vegas. So essentially, almost a whole year, we're going to be able to, a whole year later, we're going to be able to watch fights again live. I got my passport, so if anybody's willing to, shoot a flight out to Abu Dhabi, I'd take that 12-hour flight or 24-hour flight. Emirates, por favor, that would be preferred. First class, be top shelf, because I've seen a video on YouTube, and I would love to experience that one day.
I think they're doing the same thing as Hawaii is.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Where you have to quarantine for like 2 weeks in your hotel before you can
Let's go
into the island.
I'll quarantine right now, boy.
Let's go.
I'll stay right here in the studio.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, what do we else we got?
We got Conor McGregor predicting a quick knockout of Dustin on the Countdown show. So he says, I like Dustin Poirier. I think he's a good fighter. He's even a great fighter. But great is still levels below me. I'll knock Dustin out inside 60 seconds.
That's a bold prediction, man. Could he do it? Possibly.
Potentially. Yeah, he's got the left for it. Will it happen? More than likely not.
We don't know. But what do we have here? We got Dustin Poirier on the Vaughn podcast.
Theo Vaughn. Yep.
Theo Vaughn. If you're talking about game planning, what I want for us to both be dripping blood and hurting and suffering early in the fight. I want both of us to be bleeding and really have to dig down and see who's the better fighter.
That is, excuse me, more than likely what's going to happen.
Yeah.
If you look at the last couple fights, I mean, he's been leaking.
You see the Conor's post and then Dustin's post is like Conor says, "I'm gonna knock you out in 30 in less than 60 seconds." He's like, "Oh, I just want to push really hard. I want to see what we both have and go the distance."
So I'm saying, man, the approach is different this year. I really see a different outlook.
You think Dustin might take it? Ooh, I think we might have to bet on that one then. We might have to do a little bit.
And I'm willing to do that because I've been speaking things into existence.
Yeah.
And this next slide right here, I am so thankful that I spoke this into existence, guys. You guys don't understand.
All right, I'll let you take this one right
how
here.
important this is to me that this slide is happening.
There we go.
This is Diego Sanchez on his last fight ever. It is my last fight. My heart path has changed. It's time to heal, not hurt. One more nightmare to give. It is honestly in Dana White's hands who I fight. I have no choice in it, nor do the matchmakers. # end of an area. Hallelujah.
Oh,
hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yo.
That's end of an era.
Yeah, thank God, bro.
Dude.
This era's been over for a long time, my boy. This is like the Skechers era. It's time to call it a day.
Oh my God. I feel, you know what? I hope he finds something else to do because we all know his time's up in combat sports.
I think let's just take him at his words. Literally, the specific verbiage was it's time to heal, not hurt.
Yeah.
You need to stop being hurt because people hurt you when they fight you. They hurt you really bad. So it's time to heal now, and it's time for you to address the traumatic injuries that you've abstained over a long period of time. It's time for you to maybe address the life coaches that you have around you, the people that are supporting you and giving you those everyday, goals and ideas and fantasies and such. I think it's just time for a reset button. Let's just take the reset. Let's start over. Let's not fight no more. Let's take a different approach on how you build your fans, and from there, hopefully you can start getting people to appreciate you for what you've done instead of more like we don't want to see you again.
Yeah, no, I agree, man.
Yeah.
Let's. I'm glad. Hopefully they announce his last fight and maybe be the last fight on the what is it called? Like a fight night.
It should be like the first fight on the
the prelims,
the ESPN Plus prelims, like the first ones.
Oh no,
like
you can't do the legend like that. You got to put them in like the what do you call it, like the middle tier on the main card where it's free.
I beg to differ.
On
No,
ABC,
I say like the even earlier ones where like nobody is watching,
like,
and then you just get that fight out the way.
You'll put him on that card that starts at 6 in the morning, and he put it on the first one.
Yo, that is a perfect idea.
Dude,
you
that's
put
what's
him at the early prelims at that fight that's in Abu Dhabi. And you just get it done and over with, and then,
Poor Diego Sanchez, man.
Nah, man, he earned it.
Oh,
so, this is where, let's take a second. You gotta end on a good note, brother. You gotta end on a good note. And if the last couple fights haven't been working for you, I think the best note for you to end on is just not fighting anymore. We don't want to see it.
Yeah, you have to put someone that's like a freaking veteran in there with him, like an old school. It has to be an old name.
You don't even want to put like...
You're going to put no up-and-comer up against him?
Clay Guida, that's it. That's the only fight. That's the only fight to make. And then they both retire, and that's it.
You're going to be like, I knocked out 2 birds with 1 stone. That's just how we do.
Hey, I'm an optimist, and I'm also a realist.
All right, man. All right, what have we got next? We got, hold on, Justin Gaethje and some versus Charles Oliveira news. So if Dana White says, if everything goes right, it will probably be Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje.
Well, yeah, I mean, Tony lost that fight, so Oliveira is now the person that they plug and play. I think he's going to be the pawn in the scenario. I think he doesn't last very long in the position that he's at. I think Dan Hooker and Chandler is the real fight to look at because that will be the next fight for the Gaethje and Oliveira fight. I don't know. I feel like he's just a pawn in this scenario.
Justin Gaethje?
Oliveira.
Oliveira, really?
Gaethje just fought for the belt. Dustin Poirier just fought for the belt. These are the guys that are at the top. I think Oliveira has to fight. Tony Ferguson's not necessarily the best reference. Maybe once Dan Hooker and Chandler fight, maybe he can fight one of those guys. And then from there, they can fight Justin Gaethje.
Well, I mean, Charles Oliveira dominated Tony Ferguson, which was his last fight. And then Justin Gaethje, I mean, they both went the distance and pretty much stopped Tony.
Tony is a shell of himself, brother. We all know that.
He's still top 5, top 6? He's still good. He's still a great fighter, dude.
I think we're at a time now where his style has been exposed. I think he has his own style and way of like training and such, and it works for him, but not necessarily in order to be successful.
I mean, also he has been fighting with top 5, no less than top 10 opponents for the last, I don't know how many years.
Yeah. No, there's so many extenuating factors. The weight cut that he did and then went back. There's so many things that he's done and that has happened but that cannot go unnoticed.
Yeah. Charles Oliveira did, though. I mean, I think he looked the best against Tony Ferguson. Was that Martin?
So who does Gaethje fight? So Gaethje can have a couple options. But realistically, yeah, he would have to hold off a little bit. But he has the option of fighting either the winner of Conor and Poirier, because that's a fight that you can make. You could hold him off and have him fight whoever wins, Hooker or Chandler, or you can have him hold off and he can fight the winner of whoever wins out of Hooker Chandler, and then they face Oliveira, and then he could fight. I mean, there's potentials. And realistically, you should be fighting 2-3 times a year. That's how we should be expecting these fighters. The one-and-dones, that's unlikely. More than likely, these guys get in there, they do the work, they don't get hurt, and then they're able to turn around. They don't have a suspension or anything like that. Yeah. So I honestly don't necessarily need to see Gaethje fight ASAP. I need to see Dan Hooker and Chandler fight. I need to see
they're fighting
Conor
in 2 weeks,
and
so
Poirier fight.
Yeah, that's going to happen within 2 weeks. So this is more like, hey, what do we have lined up after that?
Right.
And then what do we have here? We have Diego Lima, manager and coach of Charles Oliveira. He says, with all due respect, Khabib ran over Gaethje. That must count and a lot. I believe Charles' next fight has to be for the belt against the winner of Poirier and McGregor, not Justin Gaethje. So kind of like he's trying to skip over Gaethje over here and try to get the belt right away.
Yeah, well, because I guess Gaethje had the opportunity. But I don't think that's necessarily how it works. I don't think he's done anything in a spectacular fashion to catapult him. Yeah, you beat Tony Ferguson, but you beat a Tony Ferguson who was supposed to fight Khabib, who ended up fighting, Justin Gaethje, who, probably shouldn't have took that fight because he took a weight cut, not too long before that. I mean, there's just so many extenuating factors, once again, that, Oliveira doesn't have the right to determine, to demand a title shot. That's just, I don't see it that way. I really don't.
I mean, he could get it, but I think one more fight would guarantee it, if that makes sense.
That's exactly what I want to see.
Yeah. All right, man. You know what else I want to see?
I think I do.
A quick word from our sponsors.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Ringside Beer, since 2012, committed to bringing fight fans quality lagers and ales. Ringside Beer is proud to offer fresh beer in both 16-ounce cans and on draft. Look for our flagship American-style lager, Irish-style red ale, or any of our other beers in your area. Shop at ringsidebeerstore.com for T-shirts, hats, and tap handles. Get in touch at ringsidebeer.com. Get in the ring. Be ringside. Ringside Beer.
All right. So we have no fight recaps this week because there was no fights over the weekend. But we can just go right into fight announcements and, we can blaze through this. So this one we talked about in the last episode. It's Chiesa versus Magny for the welterweight bout.
Yeah, this one got moved up to the main event.
Yes, because Leon Edwards and Khamzat Chimaev pulled out.
Yes.
They both are still healing from COVID. But this was their poster that they just made. So I found this. I found this meme. I knew you guys were going to like it. So after that fight, we have UFC 257. That's January 23rd. The co-main event is Hooker versus Chandler. I loved how someone just photoshopped Chandler from Friends as his Hooker's opponent.
It's very fitting. No,
right?
I mean, it's that is very comical, and I think it's a very good approach for Dan Hooker to go into this fight not so, aggressive. I think, to maintain his personality is very important, especially going against somebody who, has the potential to kind of ruin what he's worked for and change the vision on the UFC. Because let's be honest, Chandler's from Bellator, and we've all had this discussion. I don't think there's any champion from Bellator that can really defeat any UFC champion, and that's at any point in time. So,
now that you said that, watch Hooker get knocked out, boy.
hey, you know what?
Shoot.
But that ain't for the title. So we're
leaving that reign back in 2020. You're going on a heater now, right?
I'm picking Hooker, boy.
There we go. All right, you picking Hooker. And then we have the main event, Poirier versus McGregor 2. How do you like the poster?
I think it is pretty bland. I think they could have done a better job. I think they could have reached out to a little bit better of a third party. And got a better poster.
Oh, that's nice.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh, thank you, man.
Just being honest, bro.
Yeah, I dig it, man. I like all the colors and
I like the color with the black and white combo, but if I'm being honest, man, like for a McGregor fight, should be 10 times bigger of a poster, better of a poster.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna have like the artist limited edition ones. You know how they just recently, I think the last 3 pay-per-views, they've been selecting artists to come out with certain versions of the alternate poster, which only sell for like $50, dude. They're not even that expensive.
That's really not bad at all. I will definitely like that. And speaking of making up posters, I hope you started making your Paige Van Zandt t-shirt.
Oh, I haven't. I have not.
You better get on it, boy, because 500 bones.
500 bones. That's
to everybody that's watching, I mean, if you guys want to lose to my boy Alex, you have the potential to make a custom T-shirt for Paige Van Zandt that she may wear on her walkout for her debut for bare knuckle boxing, and she's willing to pay 500 bones
for the winner.
For the winner. So, I mean, if you guys want to waste your time, go right ahead. But we already know who the winner is, boy.
Let's do it. No, I'm planning to enter. Yeah, it's just good exposure. Just get your artwork out there, so why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
What do we have here? We have a UFC 259, Jan versus Sterling, which is one of the titles. We have 3 title fights on March 6th.
This is a fight that has to happen.
Dude, second up, we have, I think this is the co-main, which is Nunes versus Anderson.
Yes, that's a fight that has to happen as well.
Tell me why. I feel like that was announced last year around this time.
It was.
Right?
I think they've rescheduled it twice now.
Yeah.
I think Amanda Nunes had a baby, and then Anderson had a baby.
Oh, did they?
Or Anderson was hurt. It was one of the two.
I thought it was injury or some kind of recovery or something like that, right?
I'm pretty sure
like
she had a baby and then got injured or something along those lines. No, maybe I'm thinking Mackenzie Dern. Yes, I am thinking
Mackenzie Dern, yeah.
She's the one who had a baby. Okay, nevertheless, Anderson got hurt, but Nunes had the baby.
Yes, Anderson, yeah. Congratulations, Nunes. Right? Okay.
Yes.
All right, then we have the main event, Blachowicz versus Adesanya.
Man, bro, this is the fight of the year because we need this fight to determine what's going to happen with the next couple divisions.
If Adesanya loses, I mean, I don't think he will, just because of the speed advantage. But the thing is, in a fight, you're going to get caught. I'm just curious to see how Adesanya is going to react to that type of power.
I think he's going to be fine, and even if he does lose, he could still go right back to his own division and still cause a tear and be the GOAT of that division.
Yeah.
But I think this is his time, dude. I think it's time. I think it's written in the stars for him to beat Blachowicz, to take that belt, to call out either the heavyweight champion, which would be Stipe technically right now, or if John Jones wins over, in due time, call out John Jones and
the mega fight.
Fate will do its thing, brother.
All right, the last one I had here, my girl Julia Avila. Coming back to fight March 20th, and I cannot read the other opponent's name. What's her?
Oh my gosh, that's my right name.
Yeah. It was like Stolar
Nico.
Nico, right? Stolar Nico.
Stolar Nico. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see Avila come back with the striking game because she's known for that.
Yeah.
I'm ready to see her lay some hands down on this chick. No offense to Stolar Nico, but we're
team Avila.
We've already got our choice.
Yes. And then we have fights this weekend. So
thank goodness.
There we go, man.
Been fiending, boy.
UFC's back. I don't think boxing's back until the end of January, maybe. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. Which one's this? UFC Abu Dhabi. Shoot,
This is
7th, 8th, maybe.
I'll probably say 9. I don't know. Not too sure, but this is definitely all we know is it's a fight night, which means it's free 99. We got my boy Joaquin Buckley with the knockout of the century coming in to see if he can get it done again, boy.
Yes, and this is going to be on the main card, and the main card starts at noon West Coast time, 3 p.m. if you're like in New York area.
Yeah, so get up, get your little eggs and biscuits, and drink your orange juice, and be ready for some blood to be splattered all over the place.
Early in the morning for us in the West Coast.
Early morning putazos.
There we go. Co-main event. We have Conor versus Brown. 2 legends in the game.
This is the... Oh, bro, you should have looked for the meme for this one. Did you see the meme on it?
No, what was it?
All right, guys. So if you guys like fight content, follow Beaver Smash on Instagram. And this guy posts the most funniest memes of all time. But it was Carlos Condit and Matt Brown, both, like the age filter. Super old men, bro. Super old men. And they literally look exactly how they look right there.
Oh.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
Oh, man. Well, then after that, we have the main event, Holloway versus Kattar.
The best is blessed, baby.
Best is blessed, and now you know who we're going for.
You already know.
It is what it is.
It
is.
The bliss. What it is.
Here we go, guys. Damn, we have close to 1 hour with the podcast.
We ain't did this in a long time, guys.
We haven't gone close to the hour mark. But
thanks for sticking around.
Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for following us.
Yeah, thank you for participating, for liking, for sharing, for subscribing, for commenting, for even just tuning in for a couple minutes if that's what you do. I mean, we know who you are, but we ain't mad at you.
Yeah, man. But just the last reminder, we do have the art giveaway still continue. You can still enter. And tell them how to enter, man.
This is how you guys enter, guys. So you go to youtube.com. You type in the Ringside Beer Show in the search section. You go ahead and click our channel. You click subscribe, and then you turn on the notifications immediately after. Right after that, you go to the most recent video or any of them because we want you to watch them all. Comment Notorious in any of the comment sections, and we will notify you of the winner on January 26th, 2021. Just know the promotional giveaway is only in the United States, mates.
There we go. I don't even know what accent I was doing.
That was pretty good.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's
sounded
Australian.
like something. It sounded like something.
Pretty sure it's Australian.
Anyways,
at least that's what
guys,
my Siri is set up to. Australian.
We hold you here long enough. All right.
Good day.
All right, you guys, stay safe. We love you guys. We appreciate you. Thank you for all the support. And until next time, be ringside. Later. Love you guys.